Hello, Andreas. Could you spare a moment, Brigitta? I suppose. What do you need? Uh, it was so strange seeing Martin. What do you mean? He seemed like he came back from his travels a changed man. For the better, yes. For all the grief he gave me, we're happy now. Is that so bad? No, no, of course not. I just didn't expect it from Martin. I just didn't expect it. He did get into an argument with Otto when I was coming into town, though. What happened there? Why all the questions about my husband, Andreas? I'm trying to catch up on everything that's changed in Tassing. You're a poor liar, Andreas. I'm looking for any reason someone might want to murder Otto. Otto was pressing Martin to support him in the town commons, Andreas. Martin has changed, but his history in this town is remembered. He doesn't want to cause more trouble. He didn't want to speak in the commons because he's afraid of the abbot. They squabbled over it, that's all. Otto threatened Martin if he didn't cooperate. What was your husband so afraid Otto knew? Oh! Your husband can't have changed that much. I know that Otto and Martin had quarreled, but that's all. Maybe he flew off the handle with Otto. You know how men are. I'm sorry, but I don't know anything about the matter. Now please, I need to get back to work. Of course, until later, Brigitta. We can also go to the Johann Bauer farm, talk to him real quick. Can we not talk to you about the letter that you got? That seems like a pressing matter. Let's go to the Johann Bauer farm. Veronica? Hello, Andreas. Good to see you back in town. Hello, Veronica. How have you been? Oh, you know, pulled every which way. Mom's been cow about when I'll give her grandchildren. As if I'm not doing enough work already. It's a good idea to set yourself up for the future, Veronica. Are you two having troubles? You shouldn't rush something as important as children. That's what I keep telling her. Maybe you should talk to her, Andreas. If it comes from someone as successful as you, maybe she'll pay attention. Anyway, I should get back to work. We're all preparing for the festival. I'll leave you to it. Until later, Veronica. See you, Andreas. Hedy. Hello, Andreas. We cannot go into the house. Hans. Hey, Andreas. Heard rumor you were back. Hello, Hans. Meet Kaspar, my apprentice. Hello. Hello. Are you from Nuremberg like Andreas? I'm from Salzburg. Is that very far from here? Not too far, I think. A few days to the east on horseback. I've never been outside of Tassing. Or ridden a horse. Tassing's a wonderful place to live. You should get out of this place while you're young, Hans. It's a shithole. No, I'm not going to say that. Tassing's a wonderful place to live. I guess. Some of the men in town say it would be better if the abbey weren't around. Then you'd have to contend with a lord. That's hardly better. They might be right about that. What do you think? There are worse things in this world than Father Gernot's taxes, Hans. Then you'd have to contend with a lord. That's hardly better. I don't know. Could be nice to have a change. Be careful what you wish for. Change does not come peacefully in the Empire. I guess we'll see. But do you really think these soldiers will come and attack town, Andreas? God knows. I wish he'd tell us. I'm starting to get scared. Pray to St. Moritz and trust in God. We'll be fine, Hans. This will work out. Just be ready for anything. I guess, yeah, just be ready for anything. Alright. Johann. Andreas. You and me need to talk. Alright, what's on your mind? Why are you helping the abbot? You know what he's been doing to our families? Because he's innocent. Innocent? I don't believe it. And even if he didn't kill Otto, he's been slowly killing us for years. I'm not smart like Otto, but I'm not so dumb that I don't know when I'm being shit on. Do you really think that burning down the abbey will make things better? I don't know. But if the abbot doesn't care about what happens to us, maybe we need to hurt something he does care about. That's a dangerous gamble, Johann. The Duke's soldiers could easily raise all of Tassing if you do anything drastic. Burning the abbey isn't going to accomplish anything. Or say nothing. Maybe he'll ramble on. Alright, you know what? If you're dead set on this, I think I can point you towards someone. What? Really? Yes, really. It's my nephew, Martin. Martin? Really? Why? Because I don't think he's who he says he is. I don't think he's Martin at all. Why do you think that? We all see what we want to see here, Andreas. The thing we don't want to see, we ignore it as long as we can, for everyone's sake. I don't say anything about Eva's pretty blonde hair. Jörg doesn't say anything about my daughter's friendship with Brigitte. Brigitte and Kat don't say anything about Martin. Strong Martin. Hard-working Martin. Faithful Martin. Time can change a boy into a very different man. So you think he's an imposter because he's too good? Do you have any evidence? So you think he's an imposter because he's too good? I'm no saint, Andreas, but my brother was a true asshole. His son was even worse. At least Franz was strong and worked hard. There was not a bit of good in Martin when he left. So yes, I think he's an imposter because he's almost as good as my nephew was bad. Do you have any evidence? No, just suspicion and a reason to not trust the man. When the abbot decided to give us old running campers land, there was a fee that we had to pay. We needed to expand. My brother and I couldn't say no. So the land went to both of us, and after Franz's death, a portion went to Martin. That doesn't sound like the worst thing. No, it wouldn't be if Martin hadn't brought up the idea of selling off the lease. That or parceling it out to other families. It gets complicated, but he'd be putting my land on the other side of someone else's. This whole arrangement works because we hold the land together. You know what the mob will do if they find out Martin's an imposter? Do you really think Martin, whoever he is, killed Otto? I think it's possible. If he can sleep with another man's wife and steal his land, maybe he could be a killer too. Sleeping with another man's wife, eh? That's rich coming from you. That's, I don't know if I want to poke that nest. Alright, I'll consider it. Good. Let's talk. Let's see what, Martin has to say about that. I really want to bring up the note to him. Because, like, I want to talk about that. Really? No one to talk about the note with? Is there nothing else on this end? No? Maybe in this... Maybe in, Widow Camperin's old house? No, nothing there? Okay. Well, since we can't really follow up on the whole deal with Martin Bauer, I suppose Guy is on the top of our list for now. Peter. Hello, Andreas. That's the Gärtnerhaus. Big Jörg. Hey, Andreas. How are you doing, Jörg? I'm alright. Veronica's helping Eva and Dad's mad all the time. I've tried talking to him, but he won't back down now that Otto's, well, I don't know what else to do. We won't make the winter if we don't do something. We'll work something out with the abbot, just give it time. Let me solve Otto's murder first, then we can worry about the rest. I don't know if we have that long. You'd better hurry, Andreas. I'll let you get back to it then, until later. Until then, let's head into the Gärtner house real quick. Clara? Hello, Andreas. Ursula? Hello. Hello, Ursula. Do you remember me? No, should I? It's me, Andreas. I've been a friend of your family for ages. I suppose you wouldn't recognize me. I'm not the poor artist your parents boarded. No, you were very young when I was last in Tussing. I boarded in your parents' house. I used to poke me in the foot with a stick to wake me up. No, you were very young when I was last in Tussing. Oh, the artist, Andreas, right? I think you told me a story once. You drew me a flower too. I still have it. I keep it tucked with my stocking so I won't lose it. Mom and Dad sometimes talk about you. They said you went away for more training. What was that like? Well, while I was in London, I learned a new portrait technique. No, not about the art, Andreas. About your travels. Alright. London has a big bridge going over its river, but the bridge is so big there are buildings on it. Have you ever seen a hound without a head? No, I'm not gonna go for that. Yeah, big bridge. What, really? It doesn't sink? It's very sturdy. I walked across it myself. That sounds like the miracles Father Thomas talks about, like the Red Sea splitting. I suppose it is. It's not a miracle, Ursula. People designed and built it by hand. I suppose it is. Andreas, can I ask you something? Of course. Do you know the stories about Perchta and the Wild Hunt? Of course, I lived in Switzerland for a while. They believe in Perchta too. They call her Dame Hulde, where I stayed in Basel. Why? Are they bad? Bad how? Well, my grandpa tells me things about Perchta and spirits and charms. And the old woman Ottilia, she talks about them too, and says all these words I don't understand. She told me they're part of the old ways or something. So why do you think they're bad? Well, my dad says that I shouldn't listen to any of it. He said it's nonsense and that Father Thomas would be mad. He said he only tolerates it with old people because they're too stuck in their ways. I don't want to get in trouble, but Grandpa says if I don't learn the old ways, they'll just be forgotten. So, are they bad? No, they are not bad. You should learn what you can while you can. They're not bad, but those stories could get you in trouble, so... you should learn what you can while you can. Really? I mean, why not? I'm sorry, forget I said anything. Until later. Il Peter. God bless you. Oh, nothing to say. No way to go upstairs at this point. Let's go down. Now, I still want to avoid the town commons as much as I can. And I want to talk to everybody I can talk to beforehand. Let's try to make a way around town to the, what was his name? I'm terrible with names. Church and Druckers. Up to the mill. Then from the mill over to the outer farms. Anton? Hello, Master Maler. Marta? Hi. Helena? God bless you, Andreas. No, there wasn't anything here. Back to the mill. Church and Druckers. No, we have to get around Central Town, yes. And then I guess between the bakery we can go to and Steinauer we can go to the North Town. I wonder how long Rathaus construction will be delayed now. Right, Stolzhaus and Isenkopfhaus. Let's go to Stolzhaus real quick. See if we can talk to someone. Werner? Maler, do you need something urgently? You were about to tell me something back at the Golden Hand. What was it? Was it about Otto's murder? I have nothing to say to you, Maler. We've been at odds since the moment we met. I don't understand why. Why? You're a pompous buffoon. You don't take anything seriously and you insult people with the temerity to stand up to you. Yet you still act like you're better than me. How is that not clear? After you left Tassing, I thought I was rid of you forever, but then you reappeared all these years later, only to embarrass me in front of my colleagues. I deserve to be surrounded by people of merit. I should be a physician to kings. If I can't escape you, I pray God will at least let me escape this shithole town. Come on, Werner. Tassing's not so bad, and this place has seen better days. Do you really keep track of every single slight I've caused you? This place has seen better days. Then how is it fair that I live here in the muck while you succeed Nuremberg? We are both men of the university. You are not any better than me. I finished my education, while you quit halfway to become an artist, for God's sake. Yet somehow you're rich and successful, and married. How is that fair? You don't deserve any of it. Why are you the one blessed by God? Werner, you could do much more good here than in the courts of kings and emperors. I don't know. I moved by providence, same as you. Success is fleeting, Werner. Hollow. You could do much more good here than in the court of kings and emperors. Especially in the days to come. If I don't die with the peasants. Anything has to be better than the life of a provincial doctor with no prospects. Respect can be bestowed upon you. Respect can't be bestowed upon you. It must come from within. These people will never understand all the work you do for them. It must come from within. Please, save me from your condescensions. I will never like you, Andreas Mahler, but you know, you may not be an idiot entirely. So, you wanted to know what I meant to say at the Golden Hand? I'll tell you. Oh, there we go. Any detail could help me discover who killed Otto, no matter how small, please. Oh, another good reason to pick the logician. Oh, okay, and mentioned Werner's role in finding Otto's body twice, impressed onto Werner his importance to Tassing. The murder has got my mind turning over possible suspects. I've seen Otto and Martin Bauer talking a great deal in the last few weeks. I can't guess what the matter was, but you should know there's something strange about Martin. Strange how? A year before you first came to Tassing, I treated young Martin Bauer for an injury. He cut his side open, falling on a rough fence post. The wood was jagged and tore the skin considerably. It healed quickly enough, but it left a bad scar, about 8 inches long and 4 wide. What's so strange about that? Is it not here anymore? I examined him for a minor rash a month ago. He doesn't have the scar anymore. It's completely vanished. Even the most potent unguent couldn't completely erase a scar of that size. Exactly. Now get out of my house, Marla. I need to talk to Martin Bauer. He doesn't want to talk to me anymore, though. Isenkopf, do you have anything to say to me? Please, Isenkopf, talk to me. It doesn't have to be for long. Balthasar. Greetings, Andreas. You have arrived at the ideal moment. Alright, less than ideal considering Otto's recent death. It's a great tragedy. It took place right outside your house. You truly didn't catch anything that would be useful to my investigation. I'll say it's a great tragedy first. Indeed, as death often is. I hope you find a lead, for I have severe doubts about the involvement of the abbot in this gruesome affair. Meanwhile, I am drawing close to the final design of my latest invention. 1 second. As such, I would very much like to hear your thoughts on it. Of course, you asked me to come share ideas. Splendid. I have been devising something most unique. Come. At present, we have a problem. The peasants suffer under harsh conditions. Do you agree? They do not have it easy, no? That's what they've been saying. I'm not that certain, though. Life isn't easy for anyone. I'll go with the first one. They toil constantly, but achieve little over bare subsistence. They are then taxed heavily. The peasants grow angrier, hence the nascent troubles all across the lands. It is a dangerous time. So I have devised a tool to lessen their drudgery. Here, take a look at the schematic. Behold the plough. In front of it, an automaton. Man or beast, it matters little, dragging the plough behind it. Have you seen any artificial people before? The Frauenkirche clock at Nuremberg features a procession of mechanical men, Männlein laufen, that can be seen on midday. Can't say that I have. Männlein laufen. A proud tribute to our holy emperor. So you understand of which I speak. The intricacies of machinery. Gears within gears. Symmetric coils turning a shaft system that leads to the gearing mechanism. Controls that are quite complex but allow for it to follow a predetermined path. It toils so the peasant does not have to. Wouldn't it be easier without the figure in front? Move only the plough itself? No, it is the puller that is important. To hold and fix the weight down the plough. And weigh down the plough. The universe reveals itself through the minute intricacies of clockwork. There is still a few imperfections to work out, but I can feel I am on the correct path. Tell me, Andreas, what do you think? Be truthful. There can be no progress without truth. It's difficult to see how the effort required to make and maintain this device would be less than plowing with human and animal labor. We already have ways to harness the incredible strength of oxen and horses, so what's the point? It's great. Honestly, it's shit. Well, I mean, I guess it's a very early prototype of like a tractor, but I think it needs some work. I'm on a fool's errand, am I not? It is what my father would have said as well. I fear I'm a disappointment. Oh, is that why you decided to stay in Tassing instead of returning home? Your father is also an inventor? He is, with a sharp mind and a sharper tongue, if need be. Why did you leave in the first place? I had to prove myself to my father, I suppose, and maybe... my father had attempted to arrange for me a marriage. I did not feel ready. It's not so bad once you get used to it. You were right to evade it. It's a curse sent to man by a most malevolent force. I don't like the way that's phrased. Obviously, forced marriage is bad, but you know. I'll remain silent. In any case, there is so much more I have to learn. My inventions have not been as successful as I would like. Perhaps it's because you are lacking the correct frame of mind? What do you mean? If your inventions so far amount to little, you must change your approach. Doing the same thing over and over will only yield the same result. What is the result and direction What is in the result and direction I am searching for? That is what I cannot solve. Think bigger, Balthas. Reach higher. You must have more ambition, a lofty goal. Consider the aesthetic. Look for the substance that emerges from the harmony of paints. Have you tried military applications as Leonardo did? He invented many weapons. Sure, let's go with lofty goals. I fear ambition has so far been my shortfall. I reach for more than I can attain. But I thank you, Andreas. I invited you to exchange thoughts, and you have proven most valuable. This conversation has given me much to consider. But now I guess I must return to work. Good luck, Balthas. Until later. Anything else around here? Doesn't look like it. Okay, look. I'm gonna have to return to Martin Bauer. And if that bastard doesn't speak to me, I'm gonna be real mad. Okay. Oh, well, Martin Bauer in quotations. Lucky. Andreas. Not looking good, is it? No, it is not. I have to find the real killer. It couldn't have been the abbot. You don't need to convince me. Best you get on that then. The unrest bodes ill. Peasants are about to do something foolish. Why haven't you told them about the secret entrance into the library? I don't always see eye to eye with Peter and the rest, but I don't want them all killed. If they got into the library, I don't even wish to imagine what they could do. The soldiers would strike back and there'd be a massacre in Tassing. I have no choice but to stop them. Do you have any thoughts on who might have done this? Wasn't me, in case you were thinking to accuse me again. Hey, I didn't accuse you in the end. I accused Ferenc. Otto had a few conflicts, but nobody I'd call an enemy. Get going, you don't have much time. Anyone in the Steinauer house? Let's see. Ah, it's the midwife, Agnes. Andreas, I can't talk right now. I need to watch over Rachel. Okay. Let's go back to Church and Druckers. I have to get Martin Bauer to talk. I should have talked to him earlier, but there was so much to do and so little time. I didn't get around to it in time. Please talk to me again, Martin. If that even is your real name. Yes. Good to see you, Andreas. Anything I can do for you? Martin, who are you? What do you mean? Werner Stolz said you lost a scar. Well, back in the meadow I noticed you weren't sneezing. So? And when you were a boy, you hated that meadow. It made you sneeze constantly. Your mother even mentioned it back then. I grew out of it. I'm fine now. Men with such an aversion to nature don't grow out of it. What do you want me to say? I did. Werner Stolz said you lost a scar, a big one. What? I got that scar when I was a kid. It got better. Scars that big never disappear, not completely. Well, mine did. Alright, let's stop this nonsense. You started it. I don't know what you're I don't know what you're getting at. First it was Otto. Today it's me. Who's going to discover your secret next? Wow, that... Oh, Rapscallion background confronted Martin about his lost scar. Okay. You can't run from your past forever. Alright, enough. I'm not Martin. Are you happy? My name is Jobst Färber. I'm from Mühldorf, just like the Ox family you met at the Landhaus. What happened to the real Martin Bauer? He died on the road, killed by bank guards. I met him in Kaufbeuren just as plague was tearing through the town. He had been stealing from the what? Oh, from the homes of the dead, praying to Saint Roch. According to the Golden Legend, this 14th century saint was miraculously born with a Red Cross birthmark on his chest, a plague saint and patron of dogs, invalids, and the falsely accused. That he wouldn't be next. I convinced him to leave. We took to the roads together. It only lasted a few months. It was long enough for him to tell me about his life here, about his family, even about you. Everywhere we went, people mistook us for brothers. After he died, I didn't see the harm. Jobst Färber was dead to the world. I could never go back to Mühldorf. There was still a life left for Martin Bauer here, even if it wasn't mine to live. You seem to have fit into Martin's life easily. He left a hole in his family and never gave it a second thought. I never wanted to live on the run, Andreas. I wanted this life. I wanted a wife, a mother who loved me, children. Are you going to use Brigitte and Kat to shield you from the consequences of Otto's murder? What? You think I killed Otto? He figured out your secret. That's how he got you to speak out in the comments. That part's true, but why would I kill him? I did what he asked. Maybe you were afraid he'd keep asking. You've killed before, maybe it's not so hard anymore. How long would it be before Otto told someone else? Eva, Father Thomas? He wouldn't. Otto's a good man. He was. Alright, enough. You know I'm not Martin. Fine. Tell who you have to tell, but I didn't kill Otto. I'll accept the consequences for what I've done, but I didn't do that. I'll consider what you said. Good. If there's nothing else... Right, until later, Martin. Wait, there is something else. There's the paper. Well, I mean... Hello, Andreas. Okay. Let's quickly check the journal. You know, I kind of believe him, to be honest, that he didn't kill Otto. Oh, this is tough. This is a tough one. I don't think it was... Sorry. I don't think it was Leonhard at all. I don't think it was... what was his name? Jobst Färber. I don't think it was Jobst Färber, aka Martin Bauer. It is, in my opinion, between Brother Guy and Hannah Bergerin. I'm not sure yet. Do I tell them that Martin is not who he says he is? I mean... Like... I should. Hello again, Andreas. Was there something you needed? Kat told me Wolf passed. I wanted to give my condolences. Oh. Thank you, it's... I try not to think about it. Not regretfully. Kat wants to talk about him all the time, you know? Any night there's clear skies. She looks up and asks if I ever wonder how he is up there. That must be excruciating. Yes, it is. I'm sorry, Andreas, I can't talk about this anymore. I'm sorry I brought him up, Brigitte. You didn't know. It's alright. It's been good to see you again, but I should be going. Until later. Until then. Can I not? So, can't tell her about it right now. What about Kat? Hello, Andreas. Okay, so I actually can't tell them. Alright, well that clears that up. I guess it's time to head to the town commons. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna accuse Hannah Bergerin or Brother Guy.